KX News Storm Team.
Welcome back, everyone, into KX News at 4. With a lack of rain and really a lack of cloud cover across the region, as we have been anticipating, seeing more 50s on the map. Now, if you're located up closer to the Canadian border, you are dealing with more enhanced areas of cloud cover, and that is essentially tied to this stalled out front that kind of extends and stretches all the way up towards northernmost parts of Canada. But it really doesn't have anywhere to go right now because it's sandwiched in between two domes of high pressure. One out closer to Wyoming and the other one out towards Minnesota. And we are expecting a major pattern change, especially as we get into early next week. We're starting to see kind of the greater formings of the system right now, even though it may not look like there's not much occurring right now. Temperature-wise, closer to those mid-50s, especially down towards the far southwestern corner of the state this afternoon. At 56 degrees, heading or maybe the place you want to be if you're a fan of those warmer temperatures. A lot of those lower 50s on the map, but again, just as a product of that stalled out front and those areas of cloud cover up to the north, that's where we're dealing with those lower 40s. Not much to show for you precision cast wise from the standpoint of precipitation, at least through the course of the next several hours. May see some areas of cloud cover, and we may go back and forth between that and the clear skies through the course of the next several hours. Where we see kind of the onset of that stalled out front, I certainly can't rule out a stray passing shower, maybe a little bit of a wintry mix up towards kind of Belcourt and near Meteorologist and up towards areas like Rolla there as well. Other than that, we stay dry right through the weekend. And you're not going to want to get used to those warmer temperatures, but at least they stick around for the weekend. Overnight lows this evening going to fall back closer to those 30s, but just to put things into perspective, once we get into early next week, may not even be where our high temperatures even land by the afternoon. 50s still on tap for tomorrow here, going back and forth between the clouds and the sunshine because of that stalled out front really not wanting to move anywhere but where it is right now. As we look ahead to the early week snow potential, without going into the full details, we are looking at the overall pattern here instead. Still confidence growing and increasing in the fact that this will likely be more of a system between Monday and Tuesday here. Of course, models are certainly not in consistency with what exactly is going to play out, especially from the standpoint of the potential for snowfall accumulation here. We're going to watch this low that's forming out towards the Pacific right now, and it'll continue to slide up closer to the northern plains, likely bringing us that greater chance for snow showers. I know a lot of us have travel plans going into the Thanksgiving holiday, so we'll of course keep close eyes on this for you, give you more updates as more and more guidance becomes available. But until then, looking at Williston, your next 5 here, soaking these 50s while we have them, because beyond that, you're looking at changing from 44 degrees down to 28 for your high on Tuesday. Dickinson, your next 5, may even get into those mid-50s as we get into Sunday, bring us a great weekend before dipping down into those 30s and 20s for highs. Here's Minot's next several days. Of course, 50s on tap, going straight through the weekend. Beyond that, some 40s for Monday, down into the 30s, 20s looming right past the Thanksgiving holiday. And finally, looking at Bismarck's next several days. Mid-50s still possible on Sunday, but as we look ahead, closer to the middle to late portions of next week, looking at a lot of 20s, may even see those overnight lows closer to the single digits.
So if you start throwing in chances for snow and then a windy day, that doesn't sound like the most fun thing to drive through. Luckily, it looks like it's over after a day or two.
Yeah, not really pleasant overall. Although if you ask one of my friends out towards the northeast, he wants more snow, so we could push it that way rather than having it here for Thanksgiving.
And if you ask a lot of people, they like the snow. They don't so much like the drifting snow, so we'll see if we can do something about that.
I'm not a fan of that at all because it gets all over the roads, creating some hazardous travel.
It is kind of a mess. Vanessa, thanks so much. Still to come on KX News at 4.